Hey, I'm Shay.
I'm John.
And I'm Nick.
Welcome to It's a Work Thing podcast, where we talk about everything and nothing, and we call it work.
So I told the guy, that's not a Buick, that's my wife.
And on that note, welcome everybody to It's a Work Thing podcast. And we're going to start off with a nice little fun fact around. I have two. I don't know how everybody else had. You have two?
Yeah, I can have two.
Okay. I'll start off with, did you know the world's oldest cat lived to be 38 years old?
I'll be darned.
And 38 and 3 days old. It was named Cream Puff.
That is some old feline right there.
Yeah. I'm glad Nick wasn't here for this one.
I'm very glad Nick isn't. He's going to be screaming at the monitor whenever he reads it or rewatches this.
It's true.
Sylvester Stallone in Rocky IV wanted to make the boxing scene look so real that he instructed Dolph Lundgren to actually hit him.
Oh my.
A punch to the chest left Stallone in the ICU for 9 days with an irregular heartbeat and
Are you
broken
serious?
ribs.
Good gravy.
Yes.
Was the main guy, his name was Ralph, you said?
Dolph Lundgren.
Was Dolph actually a boxer, or was he just a massive human being?
No,
Yes.
I think he was just an
Also
action movie star.
incredibly intelligent.
Yeah.
Really?
Incredibly
Yeah,
intelligent.
he had a degree in some like physics or something like that.
And not like just like a degree, like
Yeah,
an
an
advanced
degree,
like
yeah.
doctorate or master's or doctorate, and then it was also a chess world champion.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Grand champion.
Had
whatever
a crazy
stage
life.
says. Yeah,
And an
Still
action
alive.
movie hero. Dolph
Still alive.
Lundgren, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if this is true or not, but I thought I saw something where somebody had went in to break into his house, and then ended up seeing his picture on the wall and realized who it was, and they left a note saying sorry that he ever came in there.
just one of those slowly back
Yes. Like, oh gosh. Oh.
The only state capital in the United States without a McDonald's franchise is Montpelier, Vermont.
Interesting. I thought McDonald's just were everywhere.
Is there a Y?
Just a pretty small town, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I've been there. It's really
sure you-
it's really super nice.
Yeah,
How
but
big was it?
how small do you have to be to not get a
To
McDonald's?
not
true.
get a McDonald's? Yeah, that's a good point.
Carlinville
That's
has a
good point.
McDonald's.
Right, yeah, but it really is only a town of like 15,000 people, maybe. I don't
That's
even
three
think
times the size of Carlinville.
Yeah,
it
but
still doesn't have Mc-
that's a
Guys,
small first
guys.
state capital.
Business plan here, all right?
We're moving to Vermont.
We're going to franchise out of McDonald's in Montpelier, Vermont. It's about recognizing opportunity.
We've had worse ideas.
There's one in Carlinville, and it's a third the size. Just saying.
We could do it. We could get it done.
Yes, people want to die all over the world of heart disease too early.
But bagels are back, baby.
My other one is, fun fact: murder rates rise in the summer.
That's true.
That's
true.
People are out and about
More people outside.
Yeah. More people hot, bothered, upset.
Violent crimes go up in the hotter weather, and in the U.S., murder rates reportedly rise by 2.7% over the summer.
Yep. I'm surprised it's only that. To
Yeah,
be honest,
I would have said more, yeah.
Because think about how many people are like, there's still a decent number of people, especially once you get to places that are poor, that do not have AC.
Right.
I'd be quite hot and bothered.
True.
Scientists do not know for sure how many different types of penguins there are.
What?
They continue to still find new penguins.
How do you
New
keep
breeds of
finding new penguins? Like, I guess it is if you're
They're looking
exploring-
underwater, I guess.
They continue to find new breeds of penguins, and as a result, they have not said there's X number of penguins because they cannot be certain that they're not excluding them.
Well, I guess if you're exploring like the Antarctic, is that where they're finding them? I guess in the cold, or is it? I know there
I would
are some
assume so.
warm weather penguins, but
They're still they're like down at Cabo, and they sit down at the beach, and they're like,
yeah.
"There's a penguin
There's
here."
a penguin right over there. It's just a pelican. Look at that fucking penguin. Look at this penguin over here.
This is an all inclusive, all you can drink.
Like that one video of that little girl, that old vine. Look at all those chickens. It's just a sea of geese.
I like the one that says that it was like, "Mommy, I got a cat." Runs up and they're holding a skunk.
Oh, that's not what you want.
What is that? A knife.
That's
No.
where you just give up on that kid and you just have another one. that kid is good
Let
as
that one
smelling
be feral.
skunk. Yeah.
The tallest mountain in our solar system is on Mars. It's called Olympus Mons, and it's 16 miles high.
I didn't realize Mars was so mountainous.
Okay, so give me a frame of reference here. How tall is the tallest mountain on our world?
Everest?
Everest is
Yeah.
like 4.5 miles high.
Okay.
And Everest isn't technically the tallest. It's
No,
just above land, right?
Yeah,
Or by
sea,
the
but
tallest
sea
are
level.
volcanoes in Hawaii, but that's because they're mostly underwater.
Oh, well, that's cheating.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Gotta be. I need to see all of it.
I
need
gotta
see
be able
all
to
of
start
it.
from the bottom and
If
climb
it's,
up.
if it's below sea level, I don't want to talk about it.
If I can float to the top of it,
Let it stay under the water.
yeah, like
I'm not that
80%
curious.
of it. Well, that's like we went to Crater Lake, and Crater Lake is like incredibly deep.
Yeah.
Going down.
We are going to our competition, so Greg
Yeah.
is going to be asking the questions, and it's between me and Zach.
So, what does the loser have here?
I was the wager of the shirts. I get you
Well,
a
sweet.
work thing T-shirt, and if I win, you get me a Ted Lasso T-shirt.
Perfect.
Let's be honest, he's going to win. He's going to get it's a work thing T-shirt. It's fine.
Yeah. I think that's Shay saying he's going to throw the competition here.
I'm not going to throw the competition. I'm going to try my best because I don't want to have to spend money.
Please don't throw the competition.
Here's the thing. I'm not the level of Nick, like money wise, that I don't want to throw away, but I'm pretty cheap too.
Oh, I thought you were talking about on the not participating basically in trivia games.
I
I
thought
was
you were
not-
talking about. I thought you were talking about not participating in owning a dining room table.
That too.
Bless his heart.
I'm going to steal the edge of your paper here for a
Oh,
score.
here. Use the back of that
Yep.
one. There you go.
Okay.
What's the
Today's
category?
Trivia is I'm going to read you a quote from a movie.
Ooh.
You tell me the movie.
That's not
Okay.
going to be good for me.
All right.
I will start off with an easy one.
You know how bad Nick would be at this?
Oh, horrific. That's why I've been saving this one. Would be a non-starter. I'm in a glass case of emotion.
This is an easy one. This is not good.
No, this is an easy one.
This is... Oh, my. Glass case of emotion.
Milk was a bad choice.
Here's the thing.
That is another quote from the same movie.
I'm going to... It's got to be a movie I haven't seen then because, obviously... All right. Zach, what's the answer?
It's Anchorman.
Oh, man. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Nope.
Gosh dang it. That's actually a very logical answer that I should
News
have known.
team, assemble. What's up, Ron? We're right over here.
Yeah. Closing the horn.
We've been here the whole time. We actually got here before you did.
Yeah.
This is not a good start. Not a good start at
You
all.
hear that, Ned? Bears. Now you're putting the whole office in jeopardy.
What is diversity? I believe it's an old wooden battleship used primarily during the Civil War.
Ron, why would corporate be worried about the lack of an old wooden battleship?
Okay, you ready for the second one?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Oh my goodness.
This movie will be celebrating its 50th anniversary next year. It is a comedy movie.
Okay. Repeat it for me one more time.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries.
Hold on. Get out of here, Zach.
Oh, I
What is
appreciate it. Zach is correct.
Holy grail. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, I appreciate that guess though.
I do
that
like
was a
that
good
guess.
guess.
Very
Blazing
good movie.
Saddles.
That was a good guess. Yeah,
Blazing
Where would a white
Saddles.
women at?
I like whenever they're all pointing their guns at him in the beginning, and he's like, "I swear to God, I'll shoot him!" Puts his gun to his own head. He's walking away. And they're like, "I think he's serious. Put your guns down. Don't shoot at him."
Well, that's what you said is
Good movie.
old. I can only think of a few old comedies
Yeah.
that were still last.
This one, hopefully you'll get this one. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
I've never seen this movie.
But are you going to get it right?
I hope so.
I have seen this movie. It's hilarious. I love Leslie Nielsen.
Airplane.
Yes, that is correct. On the board, Shay.
Yeah. When Nick, when you edit this, you have to count how many you would get right. We'll reveal your...
It's 0 so
Does
far.
it say- does the
I'm gonna
number
go
rhyme
out-
with
I'm
hero?
going to go out not on a limb and just say 0. Okay. I like to picture Jesus in a tuxedo T-shirt because it says I want to be formal, but I'm here to party.
All right. Talladega Nights.
Correct.
And Zach also had Talladega Nights.
Well, I'm just assuming Zach's going to be right.
For real. He sucks.
I'm going to move into some of the harder ones later on once the competition is probably closer to out of hand, just to see if I can stump him.
That's
Okay.
fair.
This is not one of those. What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that would be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it today.
I award you no points. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Yes.
Billy Madison.
Yes.
I award you no points. And may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, man.
That's
Where
a
do you-
good movie.
Where do you rank Billy Madison and Adam Sandler movies?
Probably right after Happy Gilmore. Maybe even before it, truth be told.
Whoa.
I'm a big Mr. Deeds fan, though, too.
I do like Mr. Deeds. I feel like very underrated.
Moving on. I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
You can pretty much milk anything with nipples.
You try hard.
I'll
enough.
let you.
Meet the Parents.
Oh, it is Meet the Parents.
Oh,
Meet
crap.
the Fockers is the second one.
Shay now pulls within one.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I'm not going to call a comeback yet because
Don't call it a comeback.
Okay, are you ready?
Here we go.
According to the map, we've only gone 4 inches.
I don't think this is right, but...
All right. Road trip.
Nope. Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that could have been it. Shay, you idiot.
Okay. My father would womanize. He would drink. He would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark.
Oh, my. Oh. What? Try it.
Let me give you another one there.
Give it to me again.
Okay. My father would womanize. He would drink. He would make outrageous claims like he invented the question mark.
Oh, my. I don't even have a guess. What do you have?
Big Fish.
Nope. Austin Powers.
Oh, yeah.
International Man of Mystery. Whenever he's in the therapy session with his kid.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wouldn't even come close to that. What number question we on? Number 7? 8?
That was 7. This
Okay.
would be 8 here.
All right, so I gotta get. Here we go.
Okay. Hold on. I lost my list here.
It's fine. They
Okay.
can wait.
This is not the most famous quote from this movie.
All right.
Please have mercy. I've been wearing the same underwear since Tuesday.
What? Please have mercy. I've been wearing the same. Love the sound of the AC in the background.
It's relaxing.
It is. It's like you're welcome for everybody. We might put people to sleep at this
Mhm.
point. I don't have even a guess for this one.
Due date.
Nope.
What is it?
Hold on. I moved on to the second list.
Are you kidding?
Hold on. This
Grip.
is bad podcasting.
Yeah, no
I moved on to
kidding.
the second list and I got away from that one already. What was the quote? Oh, no. It was from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I've never even heard of this movie.
Oh, what?
No.
It's the best Thanksgiving
Steve
movie
Martin?
ever made.
Well, Steve Martin.
There's not a lot of them, but it's the best one.
I've never even heard of it.
Okay. Surprised, Eddie? If I woke up tomorrow with my head sewn to the
Yeah.
carpet, I wouldn't be more surprised than I am right now.
All right.
Yeah, you asked the right people this question.
Yeah. Christmas Vacation.
Correct. It is actually a 1-point game going into the last 2 questions here.
Ooh.
Ooh, boy, here we go.
Just got to get 2 right answers.
All I need is to send at least an OT. I just need to get one at least.
Okay. You'll get nothing, and you'll like it.
I don't. This is rough. What your mother said.
Just the way I'm going to accept it.
My guess. Do you have your guess? I'm guessing it's a guess unless you actually know it. He's writing a novel. Sandlot.
Nope. Caddyshack. Last question.
I've never seen Caddyshack.
Shay has the opportunity to tie still.
All right, to send it to OT. Here we go.
Who's the only one here who knows secret ninja moves from the government?
Oh my gosh. This ain't going to be it. This is not going to be it. Who knows secret ninja moves? Oh my goodness.
I'll give you a hint. There is a character in this movie named Tina.
All right. Do you got him and his novels over there? Like, I don't know.
Why is his bottom lip move whenever the marker moves?
What do you have?
Correct. Both are correct.
Gosh dang it, Zach.
Zach wins.
Ugh.
Do you want some of the bonus questions?
Sure.
Sure.
You're not your dad. He could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman
Tommy
in white
Boy.
gloves.
Tommy Boy.
Correct. I want to apologize. I'm not even confident on which end that came out of.
Oh, do you know?
Is that Bridesmaids?
Oh, that's a good one.
It is Bridesmaids.
Nice.
Kind of following on the intro today. Oh, this is your wife? A lovely lady. Hey, baby, you're all right. You must have been something before electricity.
I don't know this one.
That's also Caddyshack.
Oh, have you seen Caddyshack?
I have seen Caddyshack, yeah.
I have not.
This is serious. I just sharded.
I don't know. I don't know that one either.
Along came Polly. This is one that I ended up trading out, but because I didn't think that there was any chance you know this one. But if they told you Wolverines would make good house pets, would you believe them?
Is that Meat Fockers?
No, it's one that we did end up. It was one that we already did that wasn't end up being an answer. It was Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, no. Like I said, never even seen it.
She gave me a bunch of crap about me not listening to her or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
Is that Nick?
Yeah, right.
That sounds very familiar. Do you know it? I don't know.
Dumb and Dumber.
Gosh dang it.
This is the alternative Austin Powers one. My childhood was typical. Summers in Rangoon, luge lessons. In the spring, we'd make meat helmets. When I was insolent, I was placed in a burlap sack and beaten with reeds. Pretty standard, really.
All right.
That you got it.
We can move
If you
on.
ain't first, you're last.
Oh,
Talladega Nights.
gotta. So next, I want to Zach. I need you to tell the story of when you went to Aldi's.
When I went to Aldi with Erica, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you went to your self checkout.
We went to the checkout lane. Well, it's mostly self-checkout. How there's only one, like regular lane anymore. The rest of it's self-checkout. Anyway, we go to Aldi.
Degradation of American society right there.
We go to Aldi and we get our shopping done and we're waiting there in line because all the self-checkout things are taken up, all the self-checkout kiosks. And we're waiting there in line and this guy just like fucking pushes his cart right past us. Like he's just going on like he's going to cut us. And I looked at him and I go, well, I guess I'll just go beep beep myself. And apparently it was quiet and everybody heard me say it. And apparently it was incredibly embarrassing. But it's like, what am I supposed to say? Nothing. Just like, hey, good on you, dude.
He was a blind guy.
Get out of here. He was not blind. He knew exactly what
He
happened.
just missed the line, walked past.
He knew exactly what happened.
That's hilarious.
That kind of tails into the lady that I'm currently sparring with at our gym. Our gym.
Can you give an update of what she did to you recently?
So, have you been keyed in on any of these?
I don't think I'm keyed in yet.
So I changed gyms about 2 months ago, and there's this old lady who comes in, and all she does is just, at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, all she does is just stand and stare at walls. And then occasionally she'll walk in like a straight line or something. And then other times she'll just follow me around. It feels like follow me around and take equipment that I'm currently using. Like there have been multiple times where I'll go to fill up my water cup.
Yeah.
Or I'll go to the bathroom and I'll leave all of my stuff, my workout book, my water cup, all my stuff on a piece of equipment. She will take it off, set it on the ground, and then just start using that piece of equipment. I mean, there's literally me and her there in the morning. There are two of us in a full gym.
Just to annoy you, huh?
I have no idea. But she's this old lady just comes in and she just walks in a straight line or stands sometimes in the gym part, in the dark, in the corner, staring 6 inches away from the wall, staring at the wall. Which is terrifying when you walk in at 5 o'clock in the morning and you just flip on the lights and you turn around and there's a person in the corner. Well, so we've been kind of going back and forth.
Passively aggressive.
Yeah, so she, like, multiple times I've been in, like, the gym part and she'll go to leave and she'll walk over and turn the lights off on me and then leave.
What?
Yes.
While you're still in there?
Yes. While I'm still in there. She will walk over and she will, like, our gym has, like, cardio on one side, weight stuff on the other side, and then, like, an actual, like, gym part that's got more weights over here.
Mm-hmm.
The lighting is different for those two sides. Sometimes I will be on the weight side. She will come in, turn on the fans, make sure, like, and then her side's already on the cardio side, and then turn off my side while I'm sitting there. I'm like, what are you doing? So a couple weeks ago, or like, yeah, probably 2 weeks ago now, I use like the chains whenever I do bench press.
Yeah.
Wrap around. So she's in the other side with the door closed, comes over and she's like, can you please stop doing that? That's loud and I don't like it. And I was like, oh, sure. Just keep doing it.
Yeah, obviously.
So then I go over to her side where I'm at and I do farmer's carries and I use the chains and tie the chains to the side. So I'm just walking past her the whole time, dragging chains, going back and forth.
Never had such motivation to do farmer's walk.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I messaged them. I was like, I might actually kill this lady. She did this move past passive aggressive.
Right, yeah.
Only 2 people in the gym. I am on an elliptical directly in front of a television with the controller on my elliptical. She walks over, arm dodging the elliptical arm going back and forth, grabs the controller, turns off the TV, and leaves.
On your piece of equipment. She grabbed the remote off of your piece of equipment.
Yes!
Good God, that's not passive aggressive. That's aggressive.
That's what I'm saying. I think we've elevated now.
There's no passivity at
you
all
gotta meet
there.
it.
That is aggressive.
I think that, like, we've moved past it.
You have to meet it now. You have to top her level of aggression now.
And I literally, as she's walking away, this is what made me think of it. I literally, as she's walking away, go, do you have beep beep trauma? And she doesn't turn around, doesn't respond, just walks out. I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Good gravy.
I live for the Griff updates on this old woman.
I need that.
Day before, she was walking backwards in the gym part, walked directly into a rowing machine, fell over.
She might have head trauma. This woman might have legitimate head trauma.
Yeah, fell into a concrete floor. She might. But, like, and then other times, I'm doing the farmer's carry. There's enough space for comfortably 3 people to, like, walk. I'm carrying a trap bar. Three people walk across the gym. Well, whenever she's walking backwards, she just kind of is meandering around. Sure. She's not going in a straight line. And multiple times I've had to stop. I'm carrying 350 pounds. I have to stop and stand and hold it to get around her to go back to the other end because she's zigzagging and I don't want to hit her with the bar.
Well, may not be avoiding her
I
anymore.
don't use the word hate.
That's purposeful.
But I hate this lady. I'm almost to the point that nothing will make me happier whenever there's going to be like a 3-day pause of her not being there, and then I'm going to see her in the obituaries. Griff, I am moving to that point.
I'm ready for it.
Griff is literally just checking
the elliptical yesterday. That was aggressive.
That was not passive aggressive. That was aggressive.
All of the other things have been passive aggressive, but so she like that's why. So the reason she like turns off the lights is the sign says before you leave the gym, it says, please turn off the lights whenever you're leaving. I think most people can read and assume that if other people are there working out, you don't have to turn off the lights before you leave.
The social cue there if someone else is still there.
If someone else is there and using the gym. There have been times, and this one's kind of understandable. So I'll be on the weight side, but I'll be like watching the TV across the room. Whenever she goes to leave, she turns off the TV.
Sure.
That's
fair.
She wants to make sure the TVs don't just run whenever nobody's there.
That's fair.
That's
fair.
fine. Mm-hmm. The lights, whenever I'm the only other person in the gym side, in the basketball
also
court side,
not passive
and I'm
aggressive.
standing there, and she walks back into that room to turn off. She wasn't in that room. She was in the other side, in the weight side. Walks back into that room to turn off the light, and I'm standing in that room. She had to walk past me to go turn off the light.
What Griff isn't saying is that Griff actually kicked her puppy. That's why.
I must have at some point in my life. If not, I'm going to.
Does Christy know about?
I want to.
Yes, but she's not anywhere near as outraged about this as I am.
She doesn't care enough.
No. It's ridiculous.
She needs to care more about.
I have never dealt with a more insane human being in my life.
And you've dealt with Nick Emery.
I know, right?
Hi, Nick. But
do we have a verbal?
Now he's got the blurb.
Verbal edit? I don't know. He's gonna have to figure it out.
Great. Poor guy.
He's just gonna cut my entire side of the screen out for the entire podcast.
He 100% will do that. Yeah.
Oh, the file was corrupted.
It's just me and Zach.
Yeah, that's it. Right here.
The next thing I was going to talk about is, do you guys Mark Henry? Okay. Are you familiar at all with Mark Henry?
Man with two first names.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's true. So Mark Henry, he's a WWE wrestler. Okay. I'm not a huge WWE fan, but I dabble in like the backstories, and especially back in like the Stone Cold Steve Austin era and the Rock. It's just kind of fun. I mean, I find it interesting. And TikTok,
well, it's just like watching TV. It's a drama.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's. I heard somebody describe it as as a man soap opera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the 90s, whenever you were getting into it, there's also very attractive women wearing not very many clothing too.
I didn't watch many of those.
That was a good call for your parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a shout out to Brian and Rach. That was a solid call.
Yeah, I've seen some of the clips that have made their way around TikTok. Yet not appropriate for anyone under the age of probably some of them 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Not the looks of the person, but what they say.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Oh yeah, it was quite.
I'm not even. I didn't even know
sexually charged. Yeah.
Interesting.
Little Shay's over there just being like, "What does that mean, Dad?"
Yeah, I don't know. I was watching Stone Cold, Austin 316,
just pounding beers.
You got to.
You know?
Why wouldn't you?
But
that's what they say before extraneous physical activity. You should drink 2 beers, 3 maybe.
That's been my life. That's what I've done. Before I go out in the heat.
Right.
Some people when they run marathons or run like long distance, once while in the middle of a race, will do a beer.
I would. I'd have to.
Well, I would have to if I was
just mentally,
I was watching it.
Well, I'd have to stop the shakes, obviously.
I mean, obviously,
right.
When we do my Just a Mile race, you have to have.
We'll give you a beer every time. We'll see how long that lasts.
Oh, that
just
would not
a mile
be good.
And a beer every time. Shay lasts like 40 minutes. We drove all the way to Tennessee for him to last 40 minutes in a race.
Hey, my goal, if I ever did it, my goal would be to last at least 24 hours. At least 24 hours.
I mean, I'll come there and tailgate.
It'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
For those who, the Just a Mile it's a long race. It's just a continuous loop of 1 mile you have to meet in a certain time. And the winner, I think, ran 138 miles. So I'm not looking at that.
Speaking of Stone
Cold, did the winner know that
it.
they didn't have to? No one was forcing them to run that?
What's crazy is the winner they got a quilt.
They got a quilt?
They got a quilt.
If I'm running 138 miles, I'm going to need at least $138.
At least, right?
I would not run 138 miles for $138.
You could probably sell the quilt for that much.
If they told me that on the head end, I'd
be like,
out.
No.
Every mile you run, you get $1. And I was like, ha!
Make it 140.
Yeah, you're going to need more than that. A mile.
But anyway, Mark Henry was kind of during that era. And so TikTok has generated my algorithm of once in a while I will get wrestling things. Like I get Undertaker, Stone Cold.
Birds and wrestling.
I do get a lot of birds.
That's the stage you are in
life.
I do get
90s wrestling and birds.
90s wrestling, birds. Yeah, a lot of that.
I get a lot of people hurting themselves.
I don't have that.
Oh,
I catch a lot of fails. I catch a lot of.
you
I
fails?
get a lot of birds, a lot of fails, and a lot of cop body cam footage.
Oh.
Which I think is hilarious.
I get almost no cop body
get
cam.
some of
I
those.
think it's so funny listening to people talk to cops, and I'm like, shut up!
It's
What are you
hilarious.
doing?
There was I saw one.
understand.
What are you saying?
I saw one yesterday where a lady was pulled over for a traffic stop, tried to drive away and get away. Like after the police officer already got into the car, hit a semi, literally tore her car in half.
Oh no!
The police officer goes up. The lady was drunk, so she was actually okay.
Yeah.
He goes up to her, and she's in the car, and he goes, she goes, I wasn't driving. He's like, there's no one else in the car. And the car's in half on the highway.
That's weird. I wasn't driving it.
I wasn't driving. He goes,
I was asleep.
you're the only one here. And she's like, well, I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna drive away. And he goes, your car's in two pieces.
Good luck.
Is it front wheel drive? Maybe.
It was probably front wheel drive. Anyways, we're getting you off topic.
Yeah, Mark Henry. So I saw some clips of Mark Henry, and I know that they advertised him during WWE as the world's strongest man. So
Okay.
I didn't realize he actually won a strongman competition to be classified as the
Yeah, I
world's
believe he
strongest.
did. Yeah,
And what's
he was a giant.
he was 6'4", 400 pounds.
yeah, he was big. He was a big fella.
And supposedly could
Put him on
dunk the
the defensive
basketball.
line.
Supposedly could dunk a basketball. This is what I heard.
Well,
There's some guys like that in the NFL too that are like defensive
Well,
linemen that can do.
Well,
stuff.
it was like Miles Garrett. He's like 260, and he's a crazy
He's,
athletic.
he's like 290.
have you
Yeah,
seen
no,
him
he's
on the basketball
gigantic.
court?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
You've seen his shoulders. He's terrifying.
Oof.
But anyway, Mark Henry.
And he's an incredible defensive lineman.
I didn't know about this, but evidently he advertised himself as the strongest man, and he went to do the strongman competition. Only had 4 months to train for it, and ended up winning it. So there's that, and he literally put his career on for the WWE to win it, because if he lost, they said you're done. You can't come back, and so they put like big time on him. So at his peak,
Jeez. So steroids.
So yeah, I mean, what if you finish second place, you're not going to bring him back?
that's what they said.
We don't want the world's second strongest man.
That's right.
Imagine
Where's the-
advertising.
give me the
Imagine
winner.
advertising that at a carnival. We have the world's seventh strongest man. Cool.
His deadlift,
P.T.
raw,
Barnum has the first.
raw deadlift, 903 pounds.
Is that good? Did he break it or high score? What does that mean?
Is that good?
He squat without a squat suit, again without any assistance, 948 pounds.
And he was naked. You said?
No squat suit.
Oh, I thought you meant he was like.
No, not naked.
I thought he
A
was in the
squat
buck.
suit.
He really only did like 400 pounds, but he just told them so they wouldn't look.
He legit ripped a chain apart during WWE during a wrestling match. So it was supposed to be a gimmick. The crew was supposed to like undo it, like to like saw it kind of in half. So he rips it
Right.
off. No big deal. The crew didn't do it.
And he just ripped a chain.
And it took him 8 minutes, and he realized it was like they forgot to do it. So, but he was in the middle of the match, so it's not like you can stop and say, "Hey, come do it." So he legit just had to, and it screwed his hands up from it. But he eventually did rip the chain off.
$10,000. Could you last 3 minutes wrestling with him?
No,
How big is the
I just
arena?
didn't know-
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But Henry was able to run a 5.2 second 40-yard dash.
Yeah, not anymore though.
Not
Well,
even.
yeah, but
He's 50 something, and I'll
oh my
guarantee you
God.
his cardio.
Oh my god!
His cardio is not there.
That's true. But if the ring's big enough, I mean,
Oh, it's not the ring. I'm using the
the
arena.
whole arena.
Yeah.
Okay, if I can do, but if,
I'm not using the ring. I'm like,
if you're
Yeah,
outside the
we're
ring, you
running
got 10
stadiums here.
seconds.
yeah, I'm assuming we're like at the LA Forum, and they've locked all the exterior doors, and I gotta make it 3 minutes. Like
You're
that's
in
what
a
I'm looking
cage.
at this.
You're in a cage with him.
Yeah, that's a cage.
Hell in a
They locked
cell.
all-
In the cell. It's about to go down with Mark Henry. Can you last?
Pay-per-view Monday night.
But no, I just thought that was fascinating about him. Like, that's crazy. Like, how athletic different level people can be.
That's insane.
It is insane. He's a big dude.
Yeah, I've always said about wrestling. You know, wrestling might be fake, but a 20-foot ladder is still 20 feet tall.
Oh yeah. No, like what? Again, I'm getting into a little bit, but like Mankind, the dude, what he did.
What you
Get after
said
it,
makes
Shay.
sense, but it also sounds really stupid.
It does kind of sound stupid, but it
Oh
makes
no.
sense.
Well, heck,
Wrestling may be fake, but 20 feet is 20 feet.
it's true. Like everything's staged. We got that.
Well, I know, but
Oh,
if somebody
we're gonna throw-
didn't know the reference that they used ladders and jumped off of 20-foot ladders, then
Yeah.
it's like, Why is Zach just saying,
Well,
I know it's fake, but 20
wrestling might
feet
be
is still
fake,
20
but
feet.
You can lead a horse to a canoe, but you can't.
Right.
You can't paddle some water for him. You know what I
In
mean?
today's unrelated things, here's this.
You can pop a balloon, but it's not a paper airplane.
Well, the time I actually
Those are
gained
the Ron Burgundy would say.
I gained appreciation for it is I helped set up a ring for like a wrestling match. My school my dad works at, they do wrestling matches for a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And so they'll bring in some guy, like an old timer, to do it. They actually looked up how much it would cost to get Steve Austin and The Rock to come.
Oh, that would be cool.
Are you curious how much it would cost?
A lot.
Steve Austin, what's your guess to come do a match for one night? Or just, I'm sorry, not a match, a meet and greet for one night.
$100,000.
I was gonna say 50.
20.
Really?
20,000 to do a meet and greet.
Guys,
But just a meet and greet.
new podcast goal.
we got to raise.
We will antagonize enough, it will turn into a wrestling match.
We get Nick to do it.
Yeah, we're going to send Nick out there and just have him talk beep, beep, guy. I thought you'd be
Stone Cold
bigger.
Steve Austin.
Nick walks
You don't
up.
even drink beer.
Nick's first line, I thought you'd be bigger.
Looking up.
Yeah, it's there.
The Rock, how much? For just a meet and greet.
Now or then?
This was when we did when he tried to, that was in 2015, 2016.
Still think you would have been a famous movie star at that
100,000.
time. Yeah, I'm gonna go 100K.
It was 60,000 for a meet and greet.
Good gravy.
So you told me for 80 grand we could have them both come?
We could have them both here.
Do we get a group discount? So like a Groupon?
Guys, you act like we can afford 80 grand.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We can afford it a lot more than what I thought we would have. We're a lot closer.
But
It's like somebody telling me what a Lamborghini costs, and I'm like, hey, I'm closer than I thought I was.
yeah,
I'm
that's
not
fair.
close. I'm not in the same ballpark.
Right.
But I was closer than I thought I was.
But I imagine The Rock now is even higher than what
Oh,
it
I
was
imagine
then.
it's crazy.
Oh,
I
gotta be
imagine
I can't
crazy.
even get him to show up to an XFL game.
Yeah, that he runs.
That he's the owner, part owner. So
So come to the championship.
here's what we need to do for a podcast episode. We need to go to a semi-professional wrestling event down in St. Louis,
Okay.
and we need to positively heckle.
You guys are doing great.
Yeah. I bet you hold the door open for old ladies.
Oh, dude, that like
Yes.
a TikTok guy.
You
look like-
yeah.
you look like you work out a lot, and it really shows.
Yeah. You're doing really good.
I just hope everyone is safe and has a fun time.
Well,
That's what we need to do. Go heckle, because I guarantee you the other fans are
Would be
not
so
going to be
confused.
saying as intelligent of things.
just
And we can just completely throw them off their game. Like a guy walks in, he's just mean mugging us, and I was like, dude, that eyeliner looks awesome.
Who designed your costume? It's awesome.
Also, I sent it. Did I send it to the? I don't think I sent it to the
Micro.
group. I think I sent it to. There's midget wrestling. It's coming to Litchfield.
Litchfield?
it's called
Where at
micro
Litchfield?
wrestling.
Gudgel Saloon. It's an event center deal a guy opened up. I'm just saying, we should go.
Micro wrestling.
Can we please go
Hell yes.
to micro wrestling?
They'll throw Nick in there.
Nick wants to be thrown in there. Nick would actually be throwing them around. He'd be the Mark Henry of.
He'd be the Andre the
Micro
Giant of
wrestling.
micro wrestling.
He'd be the Andre the Giant.
I saw they had a thing where they did midgets versus morbidly obese guys in a soccer match.
Interesting.
Morbidly obese guys crushed them.
Right.
Did they really?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
they just run into him all the time.
Oh.
These guys took like 3 steps, and those guys had powerful legs, as you could tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their legs, I mean, yeah, there's gotta
Just-
be muscle mass out of those legs. Because
Did
these
you
guys
see-
were like the 350, 400 pounders. Like
Okay.
none of they were all wearing like quadruple XL shirts, and none of them covered their bellies. They were big boys.
Did you see where England is complaining about how hot it is over there?
Yes,
I did.
They also don't
Whenever I
have
see
AC. They
units.
don't use ice in their drinks like true psychopaths.
Right.
That's true.
Also, lost the Revolutionary War, lost the War of 1812. Would have lost World War II without us. Just saying.
what that's about.
Yeah,
They don't want the smoke.
they're just not making good choices.
Mm-mm.
Did you guys see there was an old FIFA ad that had a British fan walking down a hotel hallway with his son. He had his face painted and everything, and they were chanting 2 World Wars in 1 World Cup, 2 World Wars in 1 World Cup, and the elevator doors open. And it was a thing full of German fans,
Oh.
and they get in,
Oofed.
and the kid starts singing. He goes, 2 World Wars, and the dad goes. and puts his hand over his mouth.
Can't blame him. All right, I have a discussion question for you guys. Do you think youth sports is actually good for sports?
Youth sports, yes. Do I think traveling sports are good for sports? No.
Yeah, I'm exactly with John there.
I think it does not leave kids with at a baseline past what it's doing to their bodies, which is wear and tear, kind of to an extreme almost. And then also you're training them to only do a specific thing whenever you have no idea how their body's going to turn out yet.
Right.
On top of all of that, you're not giving kids the actual chance to be bored and have to process and figure out things and invent things and just do things with themselves instead of have to be in a structured sports at all time. They need unstructured time.
Preach.
To actually figure out what they need to do.
Yeah.
Well, part of the issue, I feel like we're having a specialization in sports.
Specialization.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
awful.
Especially at too young of an age.
Right.
I just don't understand because you look at almost all the professionals. There's nobody in the professionals, the Olympic scenes, or anything like that. That are saying, "Oh, you should only specialize in one sport."
Yeah.
Like you have Judge, who was an All-State in football, All-State in basketball, All-State in baseball. Right. You have all these top guys. Even the top college people they're like, when we recruit, we want the multi-sport athlete.
I think that does depend on the sport, though, because I think there are certain sports
Swimming.
where the cap comes too young. I think specifically gymnastics. I think swimming, you could do swimming and do other sports still.
Right.
I think gymnastics, there's such a low age range for the top of the line.
Okay, that's
Like you
exception.
age out at like 27, so
That's
if you're not
exception.
starting at 3, you're not going to do it.
Right.
You don't hear about like a late bloomer that got into gymnastics at 17.
Well,
Right.
wasn't it China who got in trouble like in the 08 Olympics because they had their like girls that were underage? They weren't old enough to actually compete, but they falsified their records to.
That surprised anyone about China?
I'm pretty certain that maybe
NBA
not
players
08.
been doing that coming over from Africa for forever.
Albert
They say they're
Pujols.
3 years younger. Yeah.
Well, that's the Dominican Republic. That's what John was telling me a story about. I didn't know this, but when it comes to, I'll have him tell the story, but the records, like birth certificates, they don't get an age until the father signs the birth certificate. So a lot of those guys playing the minors won't come back until their kid's like 2 years old, and then they'll come back and sign the birth certificate. So then that's when their age starts.
That's not how time works, but yeah, all right. I mean, it's how birth certificates work.
No,
apparently,
I know.
Hey,
That's what
we're
I'm
just
saying,
thinking
though.
how our birth certificates work. We didn't say.
That's true.
Birth certificates are a relatively new concept in the history of the world.
And so he goes, a lot of times if they're having to fight is how old are they really? Like the Martian, who plays for the Yankees, who's in he's the next rising star for the Yankees. I think Jason Dominguez is his name.
I should definitely stick with the Martian. That's,
That's his nickname, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
that's cooler than Jason Dominguez. Not that that's a bad name. I mean, there's no inherently bad names, but the Martian is a lot cooler.
Well, that's what they had, like running back names. If you could have the two running backs, and one is Saquon Barkley, and he's backed up by Wayne Gallman, one of them sounds like a running back that's going to get paid.
Right.
Yeah. But the Martian is, I think right now he's like 21 supposedly, but that's what when he
30.
came
Allegedly.
in.
Yeah.
He like was already like when 18 he looked like he was already 21, so he like they're like, how old really is he? Oh, is
Who
what it
knows?
is.
We got to carbon date him. That's what we need to do.
Yeah, that's right.
Cut off one of his toes and carbon date him.
We'll take the pinky
Well,
toe.
I wasn't going to lop it off or anything. I think he could get it cut somewhere.
swab?
In some other way. Yeah.
swab.
Can you tell age by doing stuff like that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I'm betting. Well, but the thing is, if you use a swab, that's going to use your body chemistry. So there's people who could be like, their body chemistry could be older than their actual age. Mm-hmm. So that could just be a depressing game to play.
Old souls, you know.
Yeah, old body,
Old bodies.
young soul. Actually, your soul is 30 in actual years, and your body is aging like a 55-year-old.
Fair.
Yeah, it's called alcoholism, Griff.
It's called to get the shakes in the middle of a marathon. That's called pushing your body too hard on both ends. I am both an elite runner and an alcoholic.
And an alcoholic. Yeah, we exist.
Well, I mean, we look back in the day, we had old.
Well, yeah.
Babe
Why do you
Ruth.
think we break so many records now?
Yeah.
Babe Ruth eating like a
chuffing
steak.
cigars and drinking whiskey in the dugout.
Oh, put on the podcast for next week. We will talk about the Rube. I will bring up the stuff. We will talk about the Rube.
All right,
that was a baseball player.
Got it. Say no more.
Don't let me forget about it.
I'll just put it on the list.
But yeah, Babe Ruth was like drinking beer, smoking cigars, eating like a half, or even eating like a pound and a half steak, and then going and playing baseball. And they're like, "Oh, he died too young." No,
I think he died at appropriate time.
appropriate age. Yeah.
If you smoked as many cigars a day, you died the exact same age.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the argument, because they're like, well, no one could ever be a better point guard than Bob Cousy. Did you see him? He jumped with 1 foot. Like, you gotta look at like the advancement of the game, and these guys are going back there. That's what I love about the Euro leagues, is you still get like a random, like 35-year-old hairy man playing in like the lower levels of European basketball that you know is just ripping darts at halftime.
Oh yeah, no, for a fact.
If the stadium allows it, which it probably wouldn't, Italy or France, he'd be ripping darts on the sideline.
Oh yeah, no, he might be ripping darts during the game.
They probably have an ashtray at the scorer's table. You can just rub it out before you go in. They're like, "Aren't you going to clean off your shoes?" No. I don't clean my shoes.
I don't know what accent that is, but
It was a French speaking English.
oh, okay. You know,
It was right around there.
Yeah.
I mean, it was,
I
it
said
was in the
French, I said
ballpark.
French or Italian. Yeah.
all right. Well, that's enough for today. We can wrap it up.
Please rate, review, subscribe. Nick, you suck.
If you want to sponsor us, please do.
Yes. Nick will never monetize this podcast. Nick.
Nick.
Say Nick.
Nick.
There we go. Right there.
All right.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Cheerio.